For the case of Taiwan, it's pretty much that it is a very significant exporter in the world, especially in electronics. So definitely there will be current account surplus. And increasingly, the US has a larger reliance on Taiwan, and therefore the second line is also hit. And for the third one, because of this huge volatility that we have seen since the COVID in the past 2 years in the currency, we also seen some of the intervention from the Taiwan Central Bank in terms of smoothing the basic volatility of the currency.
What are some of the key ways in which Taiwan does seek to manipulate its currency?
Of course, the most important or like the easiest way is that the central bank may simply get into the market. They can inject either Taiwan dollar or US dollar, depending on whether they want the currency to appreciate or depreciate a bit more.
What would be some of the impacts if Taiwan's central bank didn't take these measures? What would the impact be on Taiwan's economy?
Basically, if there is no central bank intervention, it would mean we would see the Taiwanese dollar maybe shooting up at an even stronger level. And for exporter, it will mean that the customer need to buy their goods at a more expensive price because of the stronger Taiwanese dollar. The need to keep Taiwanese dollar stable can be explained by this important role of manufacturing sector in Taiwan. And after all, Taiwan has the highest share of manufacturing in Asia and probably one of the highest globally. And the importance of it has only grown further from 29% in 2010 to now 37% in 2021. So this is indeed a quite an important and rare case in Asia. And therefore, the currency and the importance of the manufacturing sector has a strong implication on export, which is linked to the currency and economic growth.
Could you talk a little bit more about how the current economic conditions are really impacting Taiwan's currency policy and the shifts that we've seen again since the onset of the pandemic?
Main difference, I think, in the last 2 years versus the past era is that first, Taiwanese economic performance has been rather good. It is one of the best performing economy since the basically COVID started, and therefore, this positive sentiment has attracted a lot of money entering Taiwan. All of this basically means that Taiwanese dollar has indeed quite a strong appreciation pressure. But on the other hand, beyond the economic factor, there is also the geopolitical concern because obviously the US wouldn't want any other economy having too much of the trade surplus versus the US.
What impact would it actually have if Taiwan were to be labeled a currency manipulator?
Label of currency manipulator is really not so much an economic question, but a political question. As actually in the past, China has been labeled as a currency manipulator, but actually without hitting all of the criteria. So given the relationship between Taiwan and US, I think even though Taiwan is labeled as a currency manipulator in any way, I don't think there will be a very big or significant downside in terms of the policy versus Taiwan.